Welcome to today's Equity Empire Chart Analysis session. When most investors are throwing darts, we're looking for clues in the charts. Today, we're going to take a look at the chart on Carnival Corporation, symbol CCL. And when we take a look at the chart, we're simply going to be looking for two things. One, what's the direction of the trend? And two, are there clues in support and resistance levels that we can use to set up a high reward potential, low risk trading opportunity? So let's get right into the action. First thing we're going to do is assess the trend. And what we're going to look for is either a series of higher highs and higher lows or lower highs and lower lows. And what we actually have here is we have the lows are trending higher, but the highs are equal. Okay? So we are on the verge of a breakout here to start an uptrend, but we have to break out above. We only have to move about 20, 30 cents more before we can start a potential uptrend. Okay? So currently, CCL is in a sideways trend, but we're still looking for a trading opportunity here. So what I'm going to do next is go look for a couple support levels. And there is a support level right here in the 30.96 to 29.62 price range. So what we'd be thinking about doing here, actually I'll set up the trade considerations in just a moment. Before I do that, I'm going to go look for another support level. There's another support level right down here that we've already bounced off of. And that's in the 28.84 to 27.57 price range. Now there's also one down in the 25 to 26 price range that I'll leave for a future time. Okay? So two potential bounce trade support levels. There are three ways to consider trading now. One is let me zoom out and so we can see what kind of breakout we might be looking for. So I'm not gonna predict anything here, but the chart is really setting up. I'm gonna draw a horizontal line showing where that breakout level is. So we tried breaking out above that in the middle of last year. Got rejected from that level, tried to break out again at the end of the year, pulled back again, and now we're testing. We've knocked on that level 3 times, okay? So the first time we broke through, came back, broke through again, came back, broke through. Now what we really need to do is we need to move above the prior 2 highs. So I'm going to draw another breakout point, and that would be right here at 32.76. So we're only 30 cents away from breaking out to what looks to be very, very clean territory, all the way up to this level. So I'm going to draw the first resistance level right now. The first resistance level isn't until all the way up here in the 41 price range. Okay, so a breakout. If we can break out above, we broke out above this swing high twice and got rejected. Now you got these two little wicks. 3, 4 little wicks. So they've tried to break out a couple more times. So we got another swing high that we need to break out above. Once again, that's at the 32.76 price range. We are threatening to break above that today. Okay, so we had some pretty positive news come out last week from Royal Caribbean, one of CCL's competitors, where they exceeded guidance and issued pretty positive 2026 guidance. Okay. So it looks like there's some positive momentum building operationally with the cruise line industry. And so this may be an opportunity for traders to do a couple things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these breakout lines out of the way so we can actually just see the chart and start to think about a trade setup. Now, this is not financial advice. This is just a simple tutorial on how to potentially construct a trade for a high reward potential and a little bit of risk. So there's a couple ways to do it. One, you buy market order. Tomorrow morning, buy a market order. That's one way to do it. But you don't just buy a market order without having an exit strategy, okay? So we would have a protective, if you wanted to buy at market price, right in the 32, anywhere in the low 32s, protective stop would go just below. Let me change the color of that. Protective stop at these red dash line just below the support level. So you could have an entry anywhere near current price, protective stop at the red dashed. That's one potential trade setup. Another one would be something like this, where you wait for a pullback, a little more price sensitive entry. You wait for a pullback to the top of that support level in the 3090 at 3096. Drag your protective stop to just below your support level, and you can put your target. If you want to set a target, you don't always have to have a target. You can always trail your stop if you prefer, but this is the first resistance level now, 4130. So that trade setup, if you wait for a pullback to the first support level, you'd have a 5.69 to 1 reward to risk ratio. Okay. Now, if you wanted to do the wait for a pullback to the lower level, it would look something like this. Buy limit order, 2884, protective stop just below 2757. Target in the same spot. This one's going to have even a better reward to risk ratio. That's got an 8 to 1 reward to risk ratio. Okay. So in other words, for every $100 worth of risk you would take, you'd have over $800 of reward potential. And if you wanted to wait for the pullback to the second or the lower support level, the risk is it might not pull back there. Okay. It might not pull back at all. It might just start running away. It might pull back to the upper level. It could potentially pull back to the second level, and maybe it pulls back to the third, which I didn't draw. But these are just, there are no certainties here. Traders are risk takers. Most importantly, however, you're taking a little bit of risk for a lot of reward potential, okay? So risk takers and risk managers. And here's two potential trade setups here on Carnival Cruise. So I want to wrap up the session. Hope you got some value out of the session. I'll be back frequently, several more times this week, with more technical analysis. In the meantime, I wish you all the best of luck in your trading and investing in the week ahead, and we'll see you soon.